Hello, hello, lovely crafty people. I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, The Creative Book Shack. I'm going to have another go at JJ3 Under 30, organised by Margreth at Seven Plaza and Toni at Crafty by Toni. I've failed twice so far. Today, I am taking inspiration from Kerry at Which Craft Do You Do? I shall link her video down below, because I'm not just taking inspiration, I'm just copying what she did, basically, with my own stuff to see whether or not it works. I'm going to be making 3 matchbooks with some ephemera inside them. I've not done this before. This is my first attempt. That's probably a very stupid idea, but we'll give it a go anyway. So, what do we have? I have this double-sided paper that is going to provide the outside of the matchbooks. I have these vintagey photos. They're all snowy. They were on very cheap printer paper, and so in preparation I've stuck them to some thicker paper, and I have marked the ones I want to cut. I have a bit of coffee dyed muslin. I have a coffee dyed book page, and I have 2 sets of stamps, one with random things on it, and the other one purely because it contains my very favourite small coffee stains. I also have these little boxes filled with treasures. This one has random words in it. This one has tiny little bits of ephemera. This one has stickers that are mainly labels of various types. Equipment. One ruler, some scissors, a bone folder, a pencil, a corner rounder, some glue, a stapler, some stamping ink. This is distressed ink. It is Ranger's Vintage Photo, a stampy thing, some pliers. Incidentally, if you don't have a bone folder, an old unused credit card will do you just as well. Right, let's get organised. How are we going to do this? Here is my workspace. These vaguely in the order that I think I'm going to need them. Give myself every opportunity possible to get this right. Oh, I need my clock. Now I think I have managed to turn off the sleep mode. So, are you ready? Here we go. I'm going to start with this. What I want to do to start with is to tear down here. I'm not using the rulers that do grungy edges, but I don't want the edges completely straight. Now what I want to do is I want to measure. I'm going to go with 2.5 inches. And I'm going to do the same thing again. Where's my lines? There's my lines. Can always rub them out afterwards. Do you know, from here, those don't look remotely straight. Are they straight? Oh, actually they are. I'm going to do the same thing again because I want 3 of these. So 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, tear that off. Once more, 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, that's scrap. I'm also going to tear across the top in a jaggedy way, and then I'm going to try and decide what size I want these to be. I am just slinging all my scraps over there. I will tidy up later. Right, a matchbook. I think I want the top of it to be about that size. Okay, now the bottom of it, I want to come up higher than that. So this tucks in behind it, but I don't want it that high. So I am going to go for, what should we say? I'm going to take about 1 inch off the end. So I'm going to mark that there. And this time, I'm just going to tear it off. These ones, yeah, that doesn't look remotely, but it is sort of. These ones, I'm going to measure up against this one. So I want those edges to match up. And I want to fold it. That's not straight. That's not remotely straight. Fold it along there. And then I want it to cut off about here. Same with this one. That's my top. So I'm going to fold that about there. And then I want this torn off roughly there. Okay, 5 minutes gone. I am now, oh, I need to fold that one. Mine needs to fold about there. You see, so that tucks underneath it and keeps it in place. That one needs to fold about there. So that then, ooh, that's a bit short. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. I'm going to do my folds just to make sure. See, that one's way over and the other one's way under. Not very good at this, am I? Right, there we go. Now I'm going to ink. I am going to ink because I think I will have time. So I'm going to go all around these edges. I'm going to do the bottom. I'm going to do the top. I'm actually also going to do the inside just in case it pokes out. Don't want any poking out of white bits. No one wants to see your white bits. Okay, one done. 23 minutes left. I don't feel quite as stressed as this for this one. I am probably lulling myself into a false sense of security because, having never done one before, I don't know how this is going to go. However, Kerry's video, which I've said I will link below, was so cool and so easy to follow that I have got a bit of confidence Might wonder what the pliers are for. I'll show you in a minute. Do that side, do that side. I've done that side, haven't done that side. Sort of looks as though I failed to do this side. Final one. Oh, would help if I put the pad in the ink and not on the lid. No white bits for me. See, it doesn't make an awful lot of difference not cutting those edges. It just grunges it a little bit. I might grunge it some more, but if I do grunge it some more, I will have to ink it again. And so, it might be better just to see how much time we've got before we even try that little idea. Right, round the top. Well, that's the bottom actually, because that's where I folded it in the wrong place. Down the side, 10 minutes have gone. I don't feel that's a disaster yet. You wait till the last 5 minutes when I'm panicking again. And then the back of that, the back of that, the front of that, done. Right, like I said, these are going to tuck into there. I am now going to get my stapler. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a staple as near to the top there as I can. Okay? Then I am going to staple the sides of this, but I need to make sure that that bit is still under a loose flap. So I'm going to staple there and there. Then I am just going to get my pliers and I am going to squish those completely flat because it feels better. Right, same thing with the others. I'm going to staple as close to the top as possible. I'm going to unpack those. I'm going to staple that side. I am going to staple that side. I am going to squash these flat. Final one. In the centre at the top. Uh-oh, there we go. At the sides there and there. Squash those staples flat. That feels all right. And there is the body of the 3 matchbooks done. I have 17 minutes left. The next thing I'm going to do is cut these out, and I'm going to cheat. Like I say, I've marked the ones that I want. So for the purpose of speed, I am going to do that. So I'll cut that off. I'll finish up the little bits with the scissors, but I'll take that off there. Oh, I've cut her feet off. I'll take that off there. We'll take that off there. Right, so I want those. I want those out of the way. And I want... Oh, do you know, by the time I finish faffing about, I definitely know the ones I want on this one. I want those ones. Oops. Actually, I only wanted one of those. I don't want that one at the moment. I want those ones. Oh, I've cut half of him off. That was silly. Didn't realise the pictures were slightly wider than each other. I want those ones. No, I want those ones. Just under 15 minutes left. I want those ones. I want those ones. That one. I want both of these. Right, that'll do us. That'll do us for this thing. 13 minutes 50 left. I'm going to cut the rest of these out. I want that. This have been quicker. Let's go fishing. I want that one, and I'm going to do a man, woman and child. So I need 4 for each. Don't want that one, but I do want that one. I don't want her. So I've got 3 there that are all in the men category. This is a woman category. So I'm up to 4. Two for the women. Twelve and a half minutes left. Much easier when you can see the timer. Right, all 4 of the men's ones I've got. This is a child one. It's a shame I cut half his face off. So I have all 4 men. I have two children. I have, oh no, missed it there. I have 3 children. I don't think I wanted that one. Let's get all those scraps out of the way. I definitely wanted her. And I definitely wanted her. So that's 4 men and 4 women that I have done. And I wanted this one of the children. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use him as my front cover. That's the men's one. Children, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use her as my front cover, so she's going on top. And 1, 2, 3. Just want to trim that slightly more. 4. I want her as my front cover. 10 minutes left. I now am going to get a piece of grungy magazine and I'm going to ink these up 4 at a time. I want to go just around the edges. Oops, bent it. You want to put a bit more on you, and a bit more on you. And then a nice fishman. 8.5 minutes. There. Then the women. One. She's fun with her cart full of snowballs. 4. And the children. Yeah, I wanted her, didn't I? So. 1. 2. Oh, look, that's come off. More glue. More glue needed. 3. And our final one. Bit of grunge. Right, 6:45. That's what we've got left. So, other than I'm going to take these and I am going to tuck these in here. These could go in a journal, send them to a friend, whatever you want. So that's the children's one. And then the women's one, I want her on the front. So I'm going to take these 3. I am going to tuck those in there. That's the women's one. And then there's my handsome winter sportsmen. Now, I want to keep this here. 6 minutes left. First up, book page. Book page. Probably going to need 2 bits of this. Am I going to put the book page on first? Yes, I am. So glue the back of this all over with a glue stick, bung it down there. I'm not going to ink it. And then these two. Now, I'm going to have to swap these around. I'm going to take the kids' ones out of here and I'm going to put the men's ones in here. And the reason for that is because I have put the book page on the right hand side. I like what is on my front to be looking into the middle and out the other side. So these have to go on the other side. So on this one, glue this, 4 minutes left, stick it down there. That's the man's one. This one, oh, I really like that side. Does it matter if it's upside down? No, of course it doesn't. Glue this, stick it on there like that. Next up, we are going to have a bit of coffee dyed whatever, and we're going to chop it up just like that. Then we are going to quickly pull out the edges. That is going to go on there. Get the other glue and oh dear, look, my pin has gone rusty. Good job, the glue's not going to be visible. I'm going to put loads of glue on there. I've got 3 minutes. I am going to move you up and stick you there. I'm going to put some more glue underneath that. Look, that didn't stick at all. I'm just going to throw some glue around because it will soak through. 2 minutes 20. There we go. That's a bit high for my liking. Cut it off. Pull some bits out. Job's a good one. This one. Let's do this properly. I'll stick that down there. Just like that. I'm going to get him glued up. 1 minute 42. I'm going to stick that down there like that. I'm going to cut that off. Pull some of that out. Move on to number 3. This one's already a bit mussed up, which is great. 1 minute left. You're going to go on there. You're going to go on there. I'm going for quick stickers. I'm going to stick that one on there. Cut it off later. Run out of time again. We're just going to carry on. I can't put one with insects on it. What am I thinking? I'm going to stick. Oh, that's not straight. That on there. Oops. Can't even see what I'm doing, can you? I'm cutting the corners off these. Getting rid of the white bits. Stick those on there. I am going to do my stamping because I really like coffee stains on my stamping. I'm going to put there. Where is she? One there. One down there. One there. One up there. One down there. One up there. So you can stamp on anything. Near enough. One down there, and then just to finish them off, I'll put that on there, that on there, put it the right way up. Let's stick him on there. I'm going to call those done. It's a shame this isn't called the 3 in 33 minute challenge, because I seem to be able to do 33 minutes, whereas I don't appear to be able to do 30. Let's just have a quick look what we've got. We've got these little matchbooks that have got some ephemera in them that tuck in like that. What would you do with it? Say you can stick it in a journal, tuck it in a pocket, send it to a friend. So we have the children's one, we have the one featuring women, and we have the one featuring, the Victorian answer to Eddie the Eagle. I need to cut that sticker off the bottom. Would I add anything to them? Yes, probably. A couple of embellishments maybe. But they all fit nicely. My staples aren't sticking that out. And I am actually very pleased with them. So, thank you to Kerry at Witchcraft Do You Do for the inspiration. Thank you to Margreth at Seven Plaza and to Toni at Crafty by Toni for this wonderful challenge that it's keeping me on my toes. And thank you to you for stopping by. I'm a very new channel. If you'd like to like and subscribe, I would find that wonderful. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye for now.